Our story takes place at the Awakening Plaza, where students gather to participate in the awakening ceremony. The instructor steps forward and tells all the students to touch the awakening stele to awaken their profession. One by one, the students go up to the awakening stele and touch it to awaken their profession. Some of them awaken as blacksmiths, while others awaken into household-type professions. However, none of them appear to have any particularly good talent. Seeing this, a yellow-haired boy named Feng Yong laughs and mocks, "I can't believe all of them awakened life-type professions. What a bunch of trash. Even awakening a support-type profession would be less boring." His two friends standing beside him nod and agree, saying, "Exactly. Unlike our brother Feng, who awakened the glorious main combat profession, Great Sword Warrior. That rare profession isn't something these bumpkins can even compare to." Just then, a black-haired boy, heading toward the awakening stele to undergo his awakening, accidentally bumps into Feng Yong. Feng Yong's friend angrily shouts, "Who doesn't have eyes? How dare you bump into Brother Feng?" Black-haired boy quickly apologizes, saying he's in a hurry to complete his awakening. Feng Yong smirks as he recognizes the boy. His friend, surprised, asks, "That guy looks arrogant. Could he be some young master?" Feng Yong replies, "Do you remember the Lin family that was mysteriously wiped out years ago? That kid is Lin Han, the last surviving mutt of the Lin family. What a shame. He used to be one of the twin prodigies of First High. Now, just a waste. And he dares to show up for the awakening ceremony? Trash is trash. Still dreaming big? But Lin Han doesn't care about weaklings who only bark from the sidelines. Think awakening a rare profession makes him special? Today, I'll show them what true talent is," he says silently. Lin Han places his hand on the awakening stele, and suddenly, a brilliant light bursts forth, and a powerful phenomenon appears in the sky, leaving everyone in shock. His classmates are confused, wondering what just happened. None of them have ever seen such dazzling light before. One student even wonders aloud, could Lin Han be a genius and awaken a rare profession? Meanwhile, Feng Yong grits his teeth in frustration. "I can't believe that piece of trash caused a phenomenon with his awakening. If he rises, I'll become a joke." Just then, the awakening stele reveals the result. Lin Han has awakened a special, inherited hidden profession, Beastmaster. All the students laugh, mocking him. A hidden profession, but it's just a Beastmaster? What a waste. Awakened as a Beastmaster? Is he a genius, or still just trash? Relieved, Feng Yong approaches Lin Han and mockingly says, "Did you really think you could turn your fate around? As a Beastmaster, if your beasts are weak, then you're no better than trash. And raising strong beasts takes tons of resources. After your family was wiped out, you don't even have enough money for yourself." Feng Yong sneers, "If you crawl through here obediently, I'll give you some money to contract a mangy mutt." But Lin Han remains unfazed. "You're just Feng Yong's little brother, useless except for having a profession. Do you think a silent tiger is made of clay? You want to fight? Then come at me." He continues, "If it's about borrowing money, you don't need to worry. Since I'm here, why would I spend money on another mutt?" Hearing this, Feng Yong becomes furious and activates his skill to attack Lin Han. But just in time, a beautiful teacher intervenes and kicks Feng Yong aside. It's teacher Bai Bing. She glares at him and says coldly, "You dare talk trash to my student? I'll skin you alive right here." Seeing it's Bai Bing, Feng Yong has no choice but to back off. Though furious, he knows the Bai family isn't someone he can mess with, even if Bai Bing is just a teacher. So he lets Lin Han go, but deep down he's already made up his mind to deal with Lin Han later. Meanwhile, teacher Bai Bing congratulates Lin Han for awakening a hidden profession. Lin Han smiles and thanks her, asking her not to tease him. Furious, she grabs him by the neck and says, "When we're outside of school, you better call me sister. And you actually snuck out just to attend the awakening ceremony? You've got guts now." Lin Han apologizes and promises not to do it again. Satisfied, Bai Bing lets him go and hands him a bank card. "Beastmasters are money pits. Use this, no matter what. Focus on getting stronger." Lin Han, amazed, thanks Sister Bing and promises, "One day, when I become powerful, I'll repay you with my whole life." Bai Bing smirks and replies, "Don't worry about that now. Just focus on getting stronger." Sometime later, at Lin Han's home, he smiles and calls out to his system. The system responds, "Congratulations, Lin Han, on a successful awakening. Divine Beast Master System activated." Lin Han was once the eldest young master of the top-tier Lin family, but 3 years ago, the Lin family was destroyed during a beast tide. The original host of this body died in grief, and that was when he transmigrated into this world. Fortunately, he obtained a system that could only be activated after awakening a profession. For 3 years, he had waited patiently for this moment. He had hoped and endured, and now, he had finally activated his system. Today, he had finally gotten his own cheat. Lin Han quickly opened his status window and saw the following. Profession: Beast Tamer. First Awakening, Hidden Profession. Level LV1. Constitution, 60. Strength, 70. Agility, 50. Spirit, 10. Equipment, none. Skills: Life Contract, Level 1. Beast Space Level 1. Summon Beast Level 1. The system congratulated Lin Han for successfully completing his profession awakening and announced that the Beast Tamer system had now been activated. Then a side quest appeared. Side quest: Miracles require money, fate can be bought. Spend 100,000 coins to activate overpowered mode. Get stronger, tougher, and higher. Lin Han was furious. He had just received some money from Sister Bai, and the system was already eyeing it, but he had no other choice. He handed over the money, curious to see what kind of cheat this system really had. The moment the system received the coins, Lin Han was teleported to an unfamiliar place surrounded by stars and galaxies. Confused, he asked, "System, what kind of place is this?" The system responded, "Congratulations, host, for completing the side quest, Miracles Require Money, Fate Can Be Bought. Overpowered mode activated. Unlocking ultra rare beast." It continued, "You are currently at the first awakening stage, which allows only one beast contract. Proceed with unlocking." Hearing this, Lin Han realized that every 10 levels equal 1 awakening. That meant only one beast could be contracted per awakening. If he made the wrong choice now, it would directly affect his combat strength, and he couldn't afford to waste any more resources. Still, he trusted that the system wouldn't hand out a trash beast. He had no choice but to take the gamble. He clicked the summon button. The next moment, a tiny ant appeared in front of him. Stunned, Lin Han stared blankly. "What is this?" The system cheerfully announced, "Congratulations, you have summoned one of the 10 ferocious beasts of the Primordial era, the celestial horned ant." Lin Han's expression collapsed. "I spent 100,000 coins and got an ant? This is worse than one of those one-hit 999 scams." Suddenly, a new system notification appeared. Contract detected between host and celestial horned ant. Initiating evolution. Entering second form. "What? This is forced? I never agreed to contract an ant," Lin Han protested. But the evolution had already begun. In a flash of light, the small ant transformed into a beautiful white-haired girl. Lin Han was stunned, then overjoyed. "What a twist! I never expected this. With her, I've got tomorrow's trial exam in the bag." Next day, trial grounds, Shadow Mountains. All students had gathered in front of the dungeon to participate in the academy's trial. The instructor stood before them and announced, "Today marks the beginning of your first trial after awakening your profession. Teacher Bai Bing had an emergency, so I'll be leading the group. I am your new trial instructor, Cao Chong." He pointed to the portal beside him. "You will each be sent to a zone appropriate for your level. This trial isn't too hard, but remember, stay safe." Nearby, Long Tianjiao, Lin Han's sworn brother who had awakened the berserker profession, leaned over and whispered, "Have you found a beast to contract yet? If not, we can go together. I'll help you catch a few as backup so you can pass safely." Feng Yong, overhearing the conversation, laughed mockingly. "You need help catching beasts? Pathetic. Why don't you bark like a dog? Maybe I'll give you one out of pity." Lin Han glared at him. "Who are you calling a dog?" Feng Yong grinned. "You, obviously." He tried to punch Lin Han, but Lin Han caught the blow easily. "You call that a punch? Haven't you eaten anything today?" Shocked, Feng Yong stepped back. "He's just a beast tamer, but his strength surpasses mine? Did Bai Bing give him some kind of treasure yesterday?" Just then, Instructor Cao Chong called out, "Lin Han, it's your turn. Get in the portal and head to your training area." Long Tianjiao tried to accompany him, but Lin Han stopped him. "It's okay, I can handle it." As Lin Han entered the portal, Feng Yong smiled coldly. "I've already spoken with Instructor Cao. This trial, Lin Han won't be making it back alive." Instructor Cao Chong had long disliked Lin Han for being close to Bai Bing. He saw Bai Bing as his destined woman, and anyone who dared get close to her had to die. Inside the dungeon, Lin Han was shocked. He had been teleported to a silver-level training zone, Gale Wolf Habitat, recommended level 11 to 20. Restrictions: First awakening professions only. This bastard Cao Chong did it on purpose, Lin Han realized. Just as he was thinking this, he heard growling behind him. Turning around, he saw a pack of gale wolves surrounding him from all directions. But Lin Han didn't panic. He quickly summoned his beast and muttered, "If you want to kill me, Cao Chong, you're still far from capable." The celestial horned ant, now in her combat human form, stepped forward. "Don't worry, Master, I'll take care of them." Species: one of the 10 ferocious primordial beasts. Level 10, Strength 800, Agility 700, Spirit 600, Constitution 900. Skills: Berserk. Level 10. Increases all base stats by 30%. Mighty Force. Level 10. Increases strength by 50%. Lin Han smirked. Let's see what one of the 10 ferocious primordial beasts can really do. Just then, the system popped up another notification. Battle quest triggered. Slay 10 ferocious beasts. Reward: 100 beast points. The celestial horned ant charged at the Gale Wolves and effortlessly defeated all of them. Lin Han smiled, thinking, as expected from one of the ancient 10 ferocious beasts, not even a minute, and 7 Gale Wolves were wiped out. Once she matures, she'll be cutting down enemies like grass. Thanks to the battle, he had already reached level 6 in just a few minutes. His status now, level 6. Strength: 200 plus 80, 10% beast bonus. Agility: 250 plus 70, 10% beast bonus. Spirit: 320 plus 60, 10% beast bonus. Constitution: 278 plus 30, 10% beast bonus. Skills: Life Contract level 1, Beast Space level 1, Summon Beast level 2. Current quest: Slay 10 ferocious beasts. 7 out of 10. Even though Lin Han's combat power didn't match that of his contracted beast, he was already on par with ordinary combat-type professions. Noticing him staring, the celestial horned ant looked at Lin Han curiously. Lin Han chuckled awkwardly to himself. I'd have to be brain-dead to compare stats with her. She's one of the ancient 10 ferocious beasts. Few creatures of the same level can match her. But seriously, it's hard to associate the word ferocious with her. She looks more like an innocent little girl who knows nothing. Suddenly, the celestial horned ant grabbed Lin Han's hand and placed it against her chest, saying softly, "Don't worry." Lin Han turned bright red and quickly pulled his hand away. Meanwhile, a group of assassins sent by instructor Cao Chong had been watching them from behind. They were confused. "Wasn't that kid supposed to be alone?" one of them whispered. "And that woman, she killed those Gale Wolves with her bare hands." "She's not just strong," another muttered, "but look at her face and figure. She's a top-tier beauty, possibly even hotter than Bai Bing." One of them suggested, "Boss, we shouldn't kill her outright. That'd be a waste." Their leader agreed but warned, "She's clearly no pushover. We'll ambush her together, catch her off guard. I'll deal with the kid first. Then we can do what we want with the woman." But when he turned to his men, he was stunned. They were already dead. The celestial horned ant stood silently, her expression cold and furious. She had overheard their conversation about harming her master. Terrified, the boss stepped back. "What are you?" She didn't answer. He panicked. "She killed my number 2 and number 3 without a sound. She must be at least level 20. The boss turned and ran as fast as he could, desperate to escape. "Don't let him get away," Lin Han commanded. The boss couldn't understand. How can a kid who's not even level 10 have such a high-level protector? Who is he really? Just then, the dungeon boss appeared, a level 22 Gale Wolf King, and slammed the assassin boss into the ground with a powerful claw. Lin Han gritted his teeth. A level 22 boss in a zone meant for level 11 to 20? This is ridiculous. This wolf is way too strong. The assassin boss, barely alive, looked toward Lin Han and pleaded for help. Before he could finish, the Wolf King crushed his skull into pieces. Lin Han knew this was going to be tough. With my current level, this might be tricky. Suddenly, a system notification popped up. Leader quest. Triggered. Objective: slay the Gale Wolf King. Reward: 200 beast points. Lin Han turned to the celestial horned ant. "This guy's not going to be easy. Maybe we should retreat for now." But her expression said it all. She had no intention of backing down. Realizing there was no other choice, Lin Han gave the order. "Attack!" The Wolf King roared, charging forward. The celestial horned ant met him head-on, grabbing his jaw with her bare hands and trying to snap it open. But the Wolf King overpowered her, flinging her into the sky with sheer force. He followed up with Gale Flash Step, appearing behind her mid-air and slamming her into the ground with his claws. The celestial horned ant barely got up before the Wolf King launched a relentless assault, striking her over and over with heavy claw attacks. Lin Han watched anxiously from the side. The level gap is too wide. She's barely able to defend herself. A direct clash isn't going to work. Before he could think of a solution, the Wolf King summoned his pack of minions and ordered them to attack Lin Han instead. Frustrated, Lin Han yelled, "These wolves don't even fight fair! Sneak attacks now!" Dodging their attacks, he grabbed one wolf by the tail and hurled it into another. Then, without hesitation, he rushed the last one, grabbed its jaws, and ripped it in half. Thanks to the battle, Lin Han completed his first battle mission and received 100 beast points. He used those points to awaken a new skill. System notification. 100 beast points have been spent. Skill Frenzied Strike has been awakened for Celestial Horned Ant. Skill description. Frenzied Strike deals 100% of user's strength as damage. Cooldown 5 minutes. Suddenly, the Celestial Horned Ant transformed back into her ant form, confusing the Wolf King. Then, in a blur of motion, she crawled into the Wolf King's mouth. The beast roared and activated his skill, Thunder Roar, but before he could unleash it, she reverted back to her human form inside his body and tore the Wolf King in half from the inside out. Boss level mission complete. Kill Gale Wolf King, January 1st. Rewards: 200 beast points. EXP gained plus 1,500. Lin Han was shocked. A level 22 Wolf King, insta-killed? Now that's a real ferocious beast. Watching her terrifying form, even Lin Han felt a bit nervous. Then, another system notification appeared. Gale Wolf defeated. Dropped common weapon. Please collect. Gale Wolf King defeated. Dropped exclusive weapon. Please collect. Frenzied Strike status ended. The Celestial Horned Ant returned to normal, then ran toward Lin Han, hugged him tightly and exclaimed, "Master, I killed the big doggy." Lin Han laughed and praised her but quickly told her to calm down. Her chest was pressing against him, and he was blushing with embarrassment. After the fight, Celestial Horned Ant began to feel weak. She collapsed to the ground, tired. Lin Han smiled. "Good, that's normal. She's worked hard." He gently told her, "Thanks for your hard work. Rest now." She nodded, transformed back into ant form, and began restoring her strength. Meanwhile, Lin Han opened the system inventory to check the loot he'd received after defeating the monsters. This is just like the online games from my past life. He clicked the system window to view the drops. To his surprise, he found 2 weapons. First, Wolf Fang Grip. Quality: Silver. Exclusive drop: Gale Wolf King. Level requirement: 22. Effect: Strength plus 50. Agility plus 80. Durability: 80 out of 80. Passive effect: grants a brief frenzy state when injured, boosting all attributes by 5%. Second Ice Staff. Quality: Bronze. Dropped by random monster. Level requirement: 10. Effect: Magic plus 50. Durability: 50-50. Passive effect: 30% chance to freeze target for 1 second on hit. Lin Han grinned. "Not bad. Should fetch a good price if I sell them." He made up his mind. Once he recovers, he'll keep hunting, leveling up while collecting gear to sell for money. Opening his status window, he checked his current level. To his surprise, he was already level 10. He was amazed. Didn't expect that killing one Wolf King would max out my EXP. He had been planning to grind more to get stronger and earn money, but now he didn't need to. However, before leaving the dungeon, he glanced over at the 2 remaining assassins who were still alive. Time to get some answers. Let's find out who sent them. Smiling coldly, Lin Han stepped forward. A few hours later, outside the portal, Instructor Cao Chong had arranged for the medical team to stand by. "Students will be returning soon," he said. "Everyone, be ready to check and treat them." But not all will make it back alive, he thought with a smirk. Just as he was reveling in the thought, a voice called out from behind. It was Teacher Bai. The students were surprised. Didn't she have something else today? Instructor Cao walked up to her. "Teacher Bai, there's no need for you to trouble yourself. We're just receiving students after the trial. I can handle everything." Bai Bing stared at him coldly. "I'm not here for that. I came for Lin Han. Don't you owe me an explanation?" Cao Chong forced a smile. "I know you're close to Lin Han, but as instructors, we must treat students equally. Perhaps we can talk about it somewhere more private." Furious, Bai Bing drew a knife and held it to Cao Chong's neck. "Cut the crap and explain, now." Cao tried to stay calm. "I don't understand what you mean," Bai Bing shouted. "You sent Lin Han, who just awakened as a beast tamer, to a silver level zone? He couldn't even defend himself properly, let alone tame a beast. You think just because his family's gone, you can bully him?" Cao tried to defend himself. "You've misunderstood. I had my reasons. Lin Han awakened a rare profession. Without hardship, how could he grow quickly? I didn't send him to die. I even arranged for 3 teaching assistants to help him." Bai Bing withdrew the knife and coldly warned, "You better pray Lin Han comes back safe, or wherever he's injured, I'll slice off that exact part from you to fix him. Cao Chong nodded with a smile, but inwardly, he scoffed. She's just acting tough now. Once she sees Lin Han's corpse, we'll see how arrogant she still is. Then I'll have my chance to make her mine. Instructor Chow laughed quietly to himself, already fantasizing about what was to come. Just then, the students who had participated in the trial began returning. The first person to emerge from the portal was Leng Ling Shui from Class 6, a rare profession holder, Storm Mage, and one of First High's dual talents. The crowd erupted in whispers. It's Leng Ling Shui. She really was the first to complete the trial. No wonder she's one of the dual talents of First High. Compared to her, Lin Han really doesn't stand a chance. Right after her, Feng Yong stepped out as the second to complete the trial. Seeing Leng Ling Shui, he thought, as expected of the school's #1 talent. She even finished before me. He walked over and said, as the two current geniuses of First High, don't you think we should get to know each other better? Leng Ling Shui looked at him coldly and replied, if this were the old Lin Han, maybe I'd consider it. As for you, Feng Yong clenched his fists in anger, but he couldn't do anything about it. Just then, Long Tianjiao, Lin Han's best friend, emerged from the portal and asked anxiously, Instructor, has little Lin come back yet? Feng Yong laughed and sneered, I didn't expect you, fatty, to survive the trial. You must have gotten lucky. But your good buddy Lin Han wasn't so fortunate. He probably died in that secret realm. Long Tianjiao's face darkened. Watch your mouth, Feng Yong mockingly continued. Lin Han's dead. A trash beast tamer like him wouldn't last long anyway. Before Tianjiao could respond further, Instructor Chow interrupted. Tianjiao, stop worrying about others. Focus on improving your own strength. Step aside and don't block others who are returning. Tianjiao reluctantly turned around but remained confident. Little Lin will definitely make it back. 1 hour later. Still, there was no sign of Lin Han. Feng Yong was gleeful, assuming Lin Han had perished. His lackeys were helping him bask in the moment. Tianjiao grew more anxious. Everyone else is back. Why hasn't little Lin returned yet? One of Feng Yong's underlings mocked. He definitely died inside. I mean, he's a beast tamer. Dying in a pack of ferocious beasts is honorable at least. Suddenly, a rock smacked Feng Yong on the back of the head. It was Lin Han. He had finally come out of the portal. With a smirk, he said, sorry, lost track of time while playing around. Since when did the school allow so many noisy dogs? Tianjiao's eyes widened. Little Lin! He rushed over, overjoyed to see him alive. Teacher Bai exhaled in relief. For a moment, she had feared the worst. Meanwhile, Instructor Chow was baffled. I clearly sent 3 people to finish him off. How is this useless brat still standing? Still, he calmed himself. He must have just gotten lucky. But I'm not letting him off so easily next time. Feng Yong was shocked too, but quickly composed himself and mocked, without your pets, a beast tamer is just trash. I bet you hid in some corner the entire time and barely made it back alive. Tianjiao exploded in rage. Are you insane? You think everyone's a coward like you? Feng Yong laughed. Whether I'm a coward or not, we'll find out soon enough. But Lin Han, hiding and trembling in Shadow Mountains, only crawling out now. That's true cowardice. Tianjiao stepped forward, fists clenched. Say that again. But Lin Han calmly stopped him. Don't waste your breath on barking dogs. He turned to Feng Yong and added, with your skills, you don't even deserve to clean my beast's shoes. Feng Yong's face twisted with rage. Fine. Let's settle this with a bet. Whoever has the higher level wins. If I lose, I'll give you 100,000 coins. But if you lose, you'll kneel, kowtow, and call me Grandpa. Tianjiao tried to stop him. Don't act impulsively. The instructor is still here. Lin Han smiled. Relax. He turned to Instructor Chow. This is between the two of us. Please don't interfere. Instructor Chow nodded. Since a bet has been made, you must keep your word. Integrity is the most valued trait at First High. But inside, Instructor Chow was grinning. Perfect. Let's humiliate this brat in front of Teacher Bai. Meanwhile, Teacher Bai narrowed her eyes. She recognized that familiar scheming aura on Lin Han's face. This brat is up to something. Instructor Chow stepped in and announced, since the terms are set, let's begin. Before they could reveal their levels, Tianjiao stepped forward. Instructor, I'm not part of the bet, but Lin Han is my sworn brother. I'm joining too. I'm a level 2 berserker. Feng Yong laughed. Only level 2? What's there to brag about? Then he proudly revealed his level. Level 3, Great Sword Warrior. The crowd gasped. Level 3 already? His underlings rushed to flatter him. Brother Feng is amazing. A rare profession really is different. Tianjiao clenched his fists. He really reached level 3. Feng Yang turned to Lin Han. Your weak little buddy is only level 2. There's no way you're higher than me. He sneered. Kneel and call me Grandpa. Maybe I'll forgive you. Tianjiao barked back. What are you showing off for? But Lin Han held him back again. It's fine. I don't take his strength seriously. He's level 3. Even if I had to start from scratch, I'd still be miles ahead of him. With a smirk, Lin Han revealed his status. Level 10. Beast Tamer. The entire crowd froze. What? Level 10 already? How did he level up so fast? Even Feng Yong's smile faltered. He hadn't expected that. Feng Yong was equally shocked, wondering how a good-for-nothing beast tamer could get so strong in such a short time. He pointed at Lin Han and told him that not even Leng Ling Shui, the top student in the entire school, could do that. He must have cheated. That's right, that had to be it. Lin Han smiled and asked Feng Yong, just because you can't do something you think others can't either? Ever heard of a hidden class? Now that Lin Han had won the bet, he looked at Instructor Chow and told him to help make sure Feng Yong didn't try to back out of it. But before he went, he looked at Instructor Chow and thanked him, saying the reason he was able to reach level 10 was thanks to the help of a few teaching assistants. They went to a lot of trouble to protect him, so he asked Instructor Chow to convey his respects to them. Instructor Chow was shocked to hear this, realizing that Lin Han knew he had sent people after him, but he was still alive. He wondered if Lin Han had captured his men and was planning to use this to take him down. Instructor Chow gritted his teeth in frustration, thinking that he had worked his ass off to get to this position, and now a little brat was going to ruin it. He realized if he didn't do something quickly to make this kid shut up, then it would be a big problem for him. From behind, Ling Shui looked at Lin Han and thought, Lin Han actually reached level 10? Is this the Academy's former #1 genius? On the other hand, she, who was the current #1 genius, had only reached level 5. However, she made up her mind that sooner or later she would catch up to him. Meanwhile, Lin Han approached Sister Bing and asked her if she had important matters to attend to and what brought her here. Sister Bing nervously told Lin Han that her business was finished, so naturally she came over. This was her job after all, so she couldn't just ignore it. Tianjiao smiled and told Teacher Bai, little Lin reached level 10 in just a few short hours. Give him a little more time, and he'll definitely be invincible. Teacher Bai agreed, but suddenly she saw Instructor Chow sneak attack Lin Han from behind while Lin Han was talking to Tianjiao. Teacher Bai quickly pushed Lin Han aside and blocked Instructor Chow's attack. A furious Teacher Bai asked Instructor Cao Chong, what do you think you are doing? Attacking a student is against Academy regulations. However, Instructor Cao didn't care and told Teacher Bai, Bing, don't try to use Academy regulations on me. No matter what, I have to take down Lin Han today. He pushed Teacher Bai to the ground and started to look at Lin Han to attack. However, Teacher Bai quickly stood up and attacked Instructor Chow, telling him that as long as she was here, he wouldn't succeed. Tianjiao told Teacher Bai to hang in there while they called for help. However, Lin Han knew Teacher Bai wasn't Cao Chong's match. She would be at a disadvantage if this went on, and he was right. Instructor Chow stopped Teacher Bai's attack easily and told her, defending Lin Han like this, all my sincere feelings for you have gone to waste. He hung Teacher Bai in the air and tried to touch her chest. However, before he could, Lin Han kicked him in the face, sending him flying across the field. He then grabbed Teacher Bai, asking her if she was safe. Teacher Bai nodded, telling Lin Han that she was okay. Meanwhile, Instructor Chow, lying on the ground, was confused, wondering what had just happened. Lin Han laughed and asked Instructor Chow, how did that level 10 flying kick taste? You dared to launch a sneak attack. If you don't have a reasonable explanation, I can let you experience the power of a level 10 beast tamer again. The furious Instructor Cao pointed at Lin Han and told him that he knew how he got to level 10. I arranged for 3 level 15 teaching assistants to follow you, and now none of them have returned. You must have lost your minds and killed them all, turning them into your experience points. You're so ruthless and cruel. You don't deserve to be a student at our academy. So no matter what, today I must bring justice on the spot. He unleashed his skill to attack Lin Han. However, before he could attack, Lin Han opened his inventory, got one of the men's bodies, and showed it to Instructor Cao. He asked him, the teaching assistant you were talking about, is this him? Seeing one of the men he had assigned to kill Lin Han, Instructor Cao was a little surprised to see he was actually dead. But instead of being angry, he was relieved to see this because it was perfect for him. Now that they were dead, he didn't have to fear losing his job or everything he had. See? Instructor Chow sneered, gesturing to the body. This proves I was right. There's nothing left to argue about. Lin Han simply smiled. I merely found someone who died in the Shadow Mountains and kindly brought the body back. Unlike some people, who deliberately send their underlings to their deaths and then shamelessly deny it. He approached the dead man and spoke, his voice dripping with mockery for the instructor to hear. Even after death, you're still being used as a pawn. If you're bitter about it, remember to haunt the right person in the middle of the night. And it's not me. Enraged, Instructor Cao charged. I'm going to break all of your limbs and see if you can still spout such nonsense. Instructor, don't you dare! Teacher Bai shouted from the sidelines. Lin Han, watch out! Yelled Tianjiao. Lin Han easily dodged the attack and reappeared behind the instructor. Afraid I'll expose your dirty deeds? He taunted. Is that why you've flown into a rage? Who would have thought an instructor would send people to harm his own student? Shut up! Instructor Cao roared, spinning around. I did this to avenge a Hao. You're not trying to get revenge, Lin Han retorted calmly. You're trying to silence a witness. I know what you're really up to. As they fought, Feng Yong cheered from the side. Instructor Cao, teach that trash a good lesson. Using his rapid fish technique, Instructor Cao unleashed a flurry of blows at Lin Han. To his astonishment, Lin Han evaded every single one. How? The instructor thought in disbelief. Why can this trash dodge my fists? Even a level 20 combat specialist couldn't do that. Although Lin Han could dodge, he knew Cao Chong's strength was far greater than his own. In a direct fight, he was no match, but he had no intention of fighting with just his fists. From his inventory, Lin Han summoned the ice staff he had acquired from the dungeon. He slammed it into the ground, instantly freezing Instructor Cao's legs and restricting his movement. Seizing the opportunity, Lin Han kicked him from behind, smashing his face into the dirt. Thankfully, my strength increased enough after leveling up to suppress him, Lin Han thought with relief. And thanks to this staff, I could immobilize him and create an opening. Now, as long as I create some distance, I won't have to handle the rest myself. His own power was still a little lower than Cao Chong's, but if his contract beast, Ah Yi, took over, Cao Chong would be helpless. As if on cue, the Skyhorn ant transformed into her powerful human form and shot toward the struggling instructor. Anyone who harms my master deserves to die, she roared. Their fists collided, engulfing the area in a cloud of dust and smoke. When it cleared, the Skyhorn ant landed a devastating punch that sent Instructor Cao flying, crashing into the ground meters away. Whoa, little Lin is awesome! He was hiding a girl! Tianjiao exclaimed. Teacher Bai, however, looked on with concern, wondering about the mysterious woman's identity. Feng Yong was simply speechless, shocked that Instructor Cao had been defeated with a single punch. The Skyhorn ant, Ah Yi, let out another furious roar. Before she could lose control, Lin Han called out to her, calming her down. Ah Yi's identity as an ancient fierce beast is too sensitive, he thought. Exposing it this early isn't good for either of us. Better to have her stand down. Ah Yi looked at Lin Han with pleading eyes. I listened and stopped. Am I a good girl? Lin Han smiled warmly. Yes, you're a very good girl, but you should change back into an ant for now. She immediately obeyed, shrinking back into her tiny ant form and coming to rest on Lin Han's shoulder. Struggling to his feet, Instructor Cao glared at Lin Han, his face a mask of fury. Not only did you kill a teaching assistant, he roared, but you colluded with an outsider to attack me. A morally corrupt student like you must be severely punished. He gathered his power, ready to strike. But before he could attack, a calm voice stopped him. Instructor Cao, the matter hasn't been thoroughly investigated. Do not throw accusations at students so casually. A furious Instructor Cao spun around. Stay out of this, he snarled. But his words died in his throat when he saw who had spoken. It was Xikong Cheng, the Dean of Yizhong, a level 56, rank 1 demon refining master. Instructor Cao's anger instantly vanished, replaced by shock. Dean! He scrambled to his feet, adopting a pitiful tone. This scoundrel Lin Han killed a teaching assistant just to level up. When I tried to bring him to justice, he and his accomplice tried to kill me. This kind of villain must be executed. He gestured wildly. The witnesses and physical evidence are all here. Lin Han scoffed. Do you really think I went to all this trouble just to refute your slander? Hearing this, Dean Xikong Cheng realized there was more to the story. He approached Lin Han. Tell me what happened. Lin Han nodded. Dean, why don't you first examine the cause of death? The Dean agreed. He knelt and inspected the corpse. His brow furrowed. The chest bones are completely shattered, and the internal organs are ruptured. This looks like the work of a large, fierce beast. Even if a beast dealt the final blow, Lin Han must be involved, Cao insisted desperately. Otherwise, how could he have brought the body back? You're quite skilled at pinning blame, instructor, Lin Han said with a wry smile. I bring your assistant back, and you immediately accuse me of his murder. Why don't you tell the dean the truth, that you sent them to assassinate me, but they were so incompetent that they got themselves killed by a beast instead? Nonsense! Instructor Cao stammered, sweating nervously. I would never do such a thing. Just then, Teacher Bai stepped forward. Dean, Instructor Cao previously assigned Lin Han to a leveling zone far too dangerous for his level. This alone raises suspicion. I have my doubts about his claim of sending assistants for protection. I've been wronged, Cao protested. This is slander. It's all just Lin Han's one-sided story with no proof. The dean turned to Lin Han. Accusing an instructor is a serious matter. Do you have any proof? A smug smile crept across Instructor Cao's face. The people I sent are dead, he thought. There are no witnesses left. I don't make a habit of making baseless accusations, Lin Han said calmly. I say this because I already have proof. He opened his inventory, and 2 men, bound and gagged, tumbled onto the ground. These 3 were secretly monitoring me when we ran into the Gale Wolf King, Lin Han explained. One of them died on the spot. I stepped in and killed the beast. As for why the instructor sent 3 men to secretly monitor me, I believe these 2 can give you an answer. Lin Han kicked the men. Tell the dean everything. Terrified, the men began to spill the entire story. How Instructor Cao had ordered them to monitor Lin Han, and, if possible, make his death look like an accident. As they spoke, they twitched and squirmed in agony. Unseen by the others, Lin Han smirked. There's no shortage of ants in the wild, he thought, and they all bow to a hierarchy. With an ancient ant queen like Ah Yi on my side, using them to extract a confession is just too easy. He looked up at the pale-faced instructor. Well, Cao Chong, care to give us an explanation? Instructor Chao's face went white. They confessed? Those worthless fools actually confessed? His mind screamed one thought: run. But before he could move, lightning crackled through the air, forming a cage around him. The dean lowered his hand, his expression cold. As an academy instructor, you plotted against a student. You have severely violated our principles. Now you will accept the punishment you deserve. With the matter concluded, a relieved Teacher Bai turned to Lin Han. Let's go back. You must be tired after your trial. Just as they were about to leave, a voice called out, Lin Han. It was his classmate, Leng Lingshui. She looked at him with an intense, unreadable gaze. Did you really kill the Gale Wolf King? She got closer to Lin Han and asked him, how did you kill the Wind Wolf King? Feeling uncomfortable, Lin Han asked his classmate Leng to keep some distance between them. Although Leng Lingshui knew that Lin Han's profession was different from melee-focused combat classes and should be more suited to long-range attacks, it was hard to believe he could face the Wind Wolf King head-on without someone else drawing aggro. The only explanation that made sense to her was that Lin Han must be bound to a powerful beast. She then asked Lin Han, let's have a simulated battle. I want to experience your abilities. Lin Han was surprised. He couldn't believe that Leng Lingshui, who always looked cool and aloof, actually had the personality of a curious child. Before Lin Han could say anything, Teacher Bai intervened. She told Leng that she understood her desire to improve her strength, but what she needed now was to reflect on her experiences in the trial rather than fighting others. However, Leng Lingshui replied that she was just curious about the fighting style of a beast master, and hoped Teacher Bai would understand. But Teacher Bai politely refused, saying, Lin Han just finished a fight and needs to rest. He can't accept your challenge right now. The 2 of them started arguing, but Lin Han interrupted and said to Teacher Bai, I'm a bit tired after today's training. May I leave early? Both women looked at Lin Han furiously. Lin Han awkwardly smiled and said, the weather is really nice today. Teacher Bai was fuming inside. First, it was the strange woman who had suddenly appeared, and now it was Leng Lingshui. When did Xiaohan become a playboy, she wondered, but she quickly dismissed the thought, reminding herself that it wasn't her concern. Lin Han and she had nothing to do with each other anymore. Now that things had settled down, Teacher Bai told Lin Han she would be leaving first and advised him to be careful on his way home. Meanwhile, Leng Lingshui approached Lin Han and said, you still haven't answered my question. Lin Han, surprised, made an excuse and said, I'm a little tired today. Let's talk about it another time. Leng Lingshui agreed but reminded him, don't forget your promise. After saying that, she turned and left. Lin Han was finally relieved to see this little troublemaker leave, but he noticed that Sister Bing seemed very angry. He wasn't sure why. Maybe because he had secretly joined the training? Still, this wasn't the time for him to dwell on it. There were more important matters to handle. He headed to the Shadow Mountain exchange shop to sell the 2 pieces of equipment he had obtained after defeating the Silver Wolf boss. Selling them would not only help cover his living expenses, but also help him repay the money Sister Bing had lent him. Moments later, Tian Bian, the head of the exchange, came to meet Lin Han personally. He had heard that Lin Han had 2 pieces of equipment for sale and asked if he could take a look. Lin Han agreed and showed the equipment to manager Tian, explaining that he had gotten them from the silver level zone in the Shadow Mountains. Manager Tian was surprised upon seeing the equipment. Noticing his reaction, Lin Han asked, "Is something wrong, Manager Tian?" Smiling, Manager Tian asked, "Are you young Master Lin Han from the Lin family?" Lin Han nodded and asked, "Do you know me?" Manager Tian laughed and replied, "Your father and I were friends for over 10 years. Based on that, you can call me Uncle Tian." He was amazed that Lin Han had ventured into the silver level zone at such a young age. With such strength, the revival of the Lin family might not be far away. Pleased to hear that, Lin Han thanked him and said he'd leave the equipment with Uncle Tian. But in his heart, he thought, if this guy is really my dad's friend, maybe I can raise the price a little. Manager Tian assured him he would offer a good price. But internally he was also happy. This kid wasn't very old, so maybe he could negotiate a good deal and get the equipment cheaply. Both of them smiled at each other, looking forward to the deal. Manager Tian examined the equipment and said, "These are of good quality. Since we're acquaintances, I'll offer 5 million Heaven Dragon coins." Lin Han replied, "Although you knew my father, the transaction should still follow the rules. This equipment was dropped by the Wind Wolf King. It's worth at least 8 million. Manager Tian smiled and said, "Your father and I were close friends, so I'll offer 5.5 million. No more than that." Lin Han refused and said, "I can only go down to 7.5 million. Manager Tian wasn't pleased. He tried lowering the offer to 6.6 million. Hearing this, Lin Han pretended to be angry. In truth, the price was higher than he expected, so he had already made a profit. Manager Tian agreed and said he was happy to cooperate with Lin Han if he ever brought more equipment in the future. Still, he felt like this kid had played him. He called his secretary, handed over a bank card, and told Lin Han, "The funds have been transferred. Here's a black VIP membership card from the trading bank. It allows an overdraft of 3 million Heaven Dragon coins. If you ever need equipment or anything else, contact me anytime." Lin Han appreciated it and thanked him, but then he remembered he needed something. Since he was already there, he decided to look at some magic scrolls. 10 minutes later, after buying a few scrolls, Lin Han started heading back to his house. Watching him walk away, Manager Tian thought, he's just awakened and already this strong. His future might be limitless. He was happy, knowing there would be many chances to work with him again. Meanwhile, at Lin Han's home, an old man dressed like a butler stood waiting at the gate. Seeing him, Lin Han recognized him immediately. It was Uncle Liu. Lin Han approached and asked, "Uncle Liu, why are you here?" This old man was Butler Liu, the steward of the Bai family. He greeted Lin Han warmly, happy to see him after such a long time. Lin Han was surprised as well. It had been a long time since the fall of the Lin family. He was curious to know why Butler Liu had come today. Butler Liu smiled and told Lin Han, "Miss Bai Bing personally led a team into a diamond-level secret realm to capture a void beast for you. However, because of her unauthorized actions, the family master has ordered her to stay at home. That's why I had to bring it to you myself." Hearing this, Lin Han couldn't believe it. Sister Bing actually went into a diamond-level secret realm? Even Dean Saikong Cheng wouldn't dare enter there easily. She really put her heart into this. Lin Han reached to open the door, eager to see the void beast, but before he could, Butler Liu stopped him. "There's one more thing," Butler Liu said. "The master also has a message for you. He says the Bai family has done everything they could for you. If you accept this void beast, they will no longer have anything to do with it, or with you. He also asks that, in the future, you stop bothering the young lady." Lin Han was stunned. He looked at Butler Liu and replied coldly, "I appreciate your kindness, but I have no connection with the Bai family. When the Lin family was in crisis, I never asked for your help, and I won't now either." He continued, "Take the void beast back. Tell the Bai family master that Lin Han doesn't need help from either the beast tamers or the Bai family." Butler Liu smiled calmly and said, "Young Master Lin certainly has backbone, but let me remind you, no one can take what the Bai family is unwilling to give, and no one can refuse what the Bai family wants to give. If you really want to refuse, you should first consider your own weight." With that, he suddenly charged toward Lin Han to attack. However, Lin Han just stared at him coldly. The next moment, Butler Lu froze, unable to understand what had just happened. Why am I afraid? Of him, a useless beast tamer, he thought, refusing to believe he was being suppressed by a young boy. At that moment, Lin Han casually tossed the bank card he had received from Manager Tian toward Butler Lu. "This is the money Sister Bing lent me," he said. "I'm returning it, with interest. Thank her for her kindness on my behalf. But from now on, Lin Han won't owe anyone anything," he added sternly. "Also, don't attack me casually again. If you do, don't blame me for disregarding the friendship between the Lin and Bai families." Butler Lu was shocked. Is this really the same Lin Han from before? How could a so-called waste from a fallen family have such momentum? After saying that, Lin Han returned to his house. Lying on his bed, he thought, a weasel paying New Year's greetings to a chicken has no good intentions. But Sister Bing, although he had always kept his distance from her, he didn't want to drag her down now. Still, being forced into a corner like this made him deeply uncomfortable. But this wasn't the time to dwell on it. He still had to complete the job transfer task after he woke up. After that, he fell asleep. Meanwhile, his contract beast, Skyhorn Ant, transformed back into her human form and tried to wake him up. But seeing that he was sleeping soundly, she smiled softly and lay down beside him. "You really work hard," she whispered, then closed her eyes and fell asleep too. The next day, at the job change temple, the temple priest welcomed Lin Han and said, "Your room has already been selected in the system. You can go directly." Hearing this, Lin Han nodded and headed toward the assigned room. On the way, he overheard whispers from the crowd. "Hey, did you hear? A beast tamer awakened at number 1 middle school, and he's amazing in combat." Another voice added, "I heard beast tamers are supposed to be useless, but this one not only reached level 10 instantly, he even defeated Cao Chong. He's so strong it's abnormal. Do you think he's here for the job transfer mission today?" Lin Han felt awkward. News travels too fast. I'd better keep a low profile from now on to avoid trouble. He walked into the room, where a large blue crystal stood in the center. The receptionist said, "Just place your hand on the crystal, and your professional mission will be displayed." Lin Han felt a bit worried. A job change mission at level 10 shouldn't be too insane, right? He placed his hand on the crystal. Suddenly, his mission appeared. Mission name, Thunder of the Fallen Nation. Mission level, 5 stars. Mission objective, kill the Thunder Beast in the ancient ruins and obtain at least 7 energy stones. Mission location, Broken Ruins. His job change mission details immediately appeared on the temple's main screen. The crowd began to whisper again. Why did a mission announcement suddenly pop up on the screen? Wait. Someone triggered a 5-star job change mission? That's the legendary hell level difficulty that can't be cleared without external help. Even Lin Han was stunned. What kind of ridiculous luck is this? I actually triggered a 5-star difficulty mission. People couldn't believe someone was unlucky enough to trigger a 5-star mission. However, they didn't know who had triggered it or even what this person's profession was. Lin Han was relieved to see that only the mission details were announced, without revealing his identity. If his name had been displayed, it would have caused a lot of trouble. Now that the mission was active, there was no time to waste. Without delay, he headed straight to the Broken Ruins. The Broken Ruins was known as a mercenary gathering point. Whenever someone triggered a high-level mission, mercenaries would offer to assist them in completing it. However, recently, no one had taken up any jobs, so most of them were just sitting around drinking cold water and killing time. Just then, the leader of a nearby mercenary group saw Lin Han approaching the entrance to the Broken Ruins. Everyone got excited upon seeing his neatly dressed appearance. They figured he must be some young master here on a mission. Did they just bump into a fat sheep? Someone thought. Looks like it's finally time to make some money. However, another soldier quickly warned, "Watch your words. Don't call him a fat sheep. He's the boss. He'll be paying us well." The mercenary leader approached Lin Han and asked, "Are you here to complete a mission, or are you looking to hire a mercenary group? We guarantee quality service. Since you're a newbie, we'll even offer a 20% discount." But Lin Han rejected the offer outright. "I don't need any mercenary group," he said flatly. Still, the mercenary leader didn't want to give up after waiting so long for a job. He tried to negotiate. "We can talk about the price. In fact, I'll waive my commission just for you." But Lin Han grabbed him by the collar and warned coldly, "If you keep pestering me, you'd better watch out for your arm." Did they really think I'm a clueless rookie? Offering commission-free services? There's only one reason for that. They're planning to rob and kill me once I leave the safe zone. Furious, the bald-headed mercenary reached for his weapon to attack Lin Han. But just then, a red-haired girl, their actual leader, stopped him. The bald man shouted, "Boss! Are we really just going to let that guy go?" The red-haired woman smiled calmly. "There's a security team watching us here. It's not appropriate to take action now," she added with a sinister grin. "No one can provoke us and walk away. Once he leaves the safe zone, we'll have our fun." Meanwhile, Lin Han arrived at the broken ruins, a little surprised by how different the atmosphere was compared to the Shadow Mountains. Wasting no time, he summoned Skyhorn Ant. After transforming into her human form, Ai, Skyhorn Ant, stood by and said, "I'm ready." Lin Han nodded. "Let's have a good fight today." Just then, a system notification popped up in front of him. System mission triggered. "Congratulations, you have triggered a leader-level mission." Mission name, Thunderheart. Objective, hunt down the Thunder Apostle and retrieve the Thunderheart. Reward, plus 300 beast taming points. Lin Han was amazed. 300 beast taming points? That's incredible. Ai's power growth depends entirely on this, but the mission location up ahead was where he also needed to complete his job change mission, and he still had no idea where the Thunder Apostle was hiding. Thinking quickly, he decided, first, I'll complete the job change mission. After that, I can visit Uncle Tien to buy some information on the Thunder Apostle. Turning to Ai, he said, "Let's do the job change mission first. Then we'll collect those taming points for you." Soon, he spotted a Thunder Beast, a level 15 social-type monster, and gave Ai the command to attack. Ai leapt into the air and instantly slashed down half of the wolf's health. Meanwhile, other wolves charged straight toward Lin Han to attack him directly. Lin Han smiled. They know they can't beat Ai, so now they're coming for me. But he wasn't someone easy to deal with either. Quickly pulling a magic scroll from his inventory, he activated a fireball spell and hurled it at the incoming beasts. "Thunder Beast BBQ sounds pretty delicious," he thought casually. The Thunder Beasts stared in shock. "We're doomed." Lin Han activated another scroll, Fireball Barrage, launching a series of fireballs that incinerated the monsters one after another. System notifications began flooding his screen. System notification. "Congratulations! You have defeated the Thunder Beast and obtained an energy stone." However, as he had already reached the maximum level for his first job change, he wouldn't be able to gain any more experience unless he completed the transition. If he didn't finish the job change mission, his EXP gain would be halted. As more Thunderwolves fled in fear, Lin Han felt a little disappointed. "Running already? I haven't finished my mission yet." His expression sharpened. "My scrolls won't allow you to escape." He pulled out the rest of his scrolls and launched another wave of fire magic at the fleeing wolves. "Ai, speed up and finish them off," he ordered. Ai nodded. "On it!" She darted forward and began harvesting the remaining Thunderwolves with incredible speed and precision.